or big pats under the hood. And today, I actually have installed the 5 horsepower vevor motor. 5 horsepower vevor motor finally came in. Earlier, I had put a 3 horsepower on it. The 3 horsepower seemed as though it wouldn't do it. So, I'm running on my generator, 230 volts. The motor is running good. It's not getting hot and everything. And as you can see, the pressure is building up fine. I put a new belt on it, and everything is spinning the right way. It's a 3.25 inch pulley driving a 10.5 inch pulley. Got a new belt on it. Things running great. Run time down on it. And just goes to show you, I'm going to repower this one with a 5 horsepower vevor because the motor's not running hot, not running warm anything. And the other motor was the other motor just couldn't do it. Man, this thing's going off, so I must got it overfilled. But you're gonna let it get up there and run and see just what she's gonna do. Right now it's about 100, so it was a good lesson for me that the 3 horsepower just won't drive it. It won't drive it at all. So that gauge, I need to get rid of that gauge because that gauge is fluctuating, and I need one that is not. So I'm gonna put a liquid fill gauge in there. But as you can see, my compressor is running it good. I got a 10 amp, 300 volt cable, number 10Y, running it fine without no problem. I may have the compressor a little bit overfilled. It cut off. It's 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. 130. Cut off. Okay. So that's what it is. 30, 130. Cut off. That's all I need. Motor ran good. Run time's good. Tank got a little warm because it hasn't been used in a while, but hey, turn this noisy compressor on. But as you can see, this is a 5 horsepower motor. When I had the 3 horsepower motor on here that I had bought previously, it was the motor would get warm, and it would get warm because once the pressure would build up on the compressor, the 3 horsepower motor just didn't have enough to do it. So if you ever have a problem out of your air compressor, anything like that, and you're gonna repower it, here's the skinny right here. 100, 25, 30. I replaced a new switch on it. Replaced the new switch on it, and repowered it with a 5 horsepower motor. The motor isn't hot or anything like that. The motor that came off of it was this Emerson, with this dual Emerson motor here. It's rated, you can't even see the horsepower rating on it or what it is, but you know by the physical size of it that it would have to be at least a 5 horsepower motor. The motor runs, but it won't start with the belt on the compressor. So I said, hey, I need to get another damn motor. And that's what I did. I'll dive into this and test the capacitors on it because I bought a new run and new start capacitor. The run capacitor that I bought looks a little different than the one that was on there. So not going to be able to use that. But this motor here will probably be repurposed, and I'll put it on my Coleman Black Max here. is what I'll do with that. But man, I'm happy. This thing is came up to about 130 psi. The motor ran well. I probably got the compressor a little bit overfilled on oil. That's why I pushed it out of there. But it works, and I only give $100 for the whole setup. The guy that I bought it from was honest. He said he didn't know it hadn't worked in a long time, and he wasn't certain it wasn't going to tell me that it did work. And I said for the $100, either one of the pump or the tank is worth $100. So that's a win-win in my category. So I'm gonna put the cover and everything back on the front of it, and this thing works. This thing works. It ain't been used in quite a while, but as you can see, this is the number off of it, and it says 125 psi max, and it's at six. Probably saying that motor was a 6 horsepower, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the whole thing. Glad to get it done. Next one, I'll jump on this one here that I've been working on and building. Same thing, new switch. Had to put a head on the compressor and all that. But I'm knowing now that I need a 5 horsepower motor. That 5 horsepower or better. I may end up putting a 7. If I can't get this motor here going, then I'm going to end up probably putting either another 5 horsepower on here, or I may even go up to they got 7 horsepowers that you can get for around $200. I may put a 7 horsepower on this one, but just goes to show you that hey, you can get it done if you. These compressors are running anywhere from $800 up, depending on the manufacturer, and just for a 60-gallon tank. It's. I looked at Amazon, and I went to different stores, and they were like $800. Well, I got $100 in this one. I got $100 in this one, and I know for that $800, for under that, I know I'll have 2 compressors going. One of them, can go in my shop, and the other one can stay here in the garage. So that's just what it is. Remember this here. If you're gonna build something, it's okay. That 3 horsepower would probably be all right if I ran it on a 30-gallon tank with a 3 horsepower compressor. But on this 60-gallon tank with a 5 horsepower compressor, it just wouldn't do it. It would get to a point where it would get around about, it would get to the 100 psi, but the motor would be warm. It would be really warm. And so, with that being said, it just wouldn't work out. I even tried to go down on the size of the pulleys. I tried to go down from a 3.5 inch to a 2.5 inch. It went down to a 2 inch. It just wouldn't do it. It was no way it would do it. It was just underpowered. So we just wanted to bring you all that and let you all see. And I'm going to get finished up and get this done because I got a few more things in the garage I need to do that I'll bring you all on the channel for a little bit. But I hope this really helps somebody that when you're building a compressor, don't go small. If you're going to repower it, do it even if it came with a 3 horsepower motor. If it's a 60-gallon tank for the same amount of money, just go and get you a 5 horsepower motor. Make sure your shaft is the same, that it's a 5/8 or a 7/8 shaft, whatever it is. But just overpower it. You ain't gonna hurt it. The run time will be a lot less, and the amperage is not gonna be as high, and you won't be wearing your motor out because with the bigger motor, the run time is just a lot. It's decreased exponentially, especially when you have the same pulley size or whatever, and make sure that you don't go bigger than what the pulley size was on the motor because the compressors are rated at a certain RPM. Most of them are anywhere between 700 and 1200 RPM. So you can go on bricklayer.com. They give a great tool to be able to take the pulley size of the motor and the pulley size of the compressor and it'll tell you the speed of it. And you also, if you go from center to center, it'll tell you the belt size and all that. So just have a great day. Thanks for everything, for your continued support, and I'll get at you on the next one. Remember, if you don't get out here and do something, it ain't gonna get done. Have a great one. Talk to you later.